Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's UBNradio.com.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, love, laugh, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Fay on UBNradio.com.
And welcome. You are tuned in to my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon out of the Sunset Gower Studios at Universal Broadcasting Network and syndicated every Thursday and Saturday now on my CNBC News radio channel, KCAA. AM 1050. And welcome. And yes, you are tuned into a show about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal, and no K-words, no Kardashian talk at all. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show, your life, and how to be happy 88% of the time. So we have tons of topics about life things, from relationships to your job and career to how to recover from tragedy, and very, very interesting guests. So if you missed my interview with Janine Roth, best-selling author of Women, Food, and God, if you are so inclined about your body image and your weight, as I have been, and that's why I brought her on, you'll want to listen to that. Fran Drescher, Gloria Allred, Dr. John Gray, lots of really, really wonderful, interesting guests. So as usual, you can find me on iTunes, on YouTube, on Stitcher, on TuneIn, and just about anywhere else that you can think of on the air. And I so appreciate, thank you to all my YouTubers who have now got my numbers, improved from last year, 34,000 more views. So thank you so much. A little yes for them. And today, I am really excited and pleased because I just found out he was single. Actually, I am very pleased to have Owen McKibbin, who is a fitness and lifestyle expert who has been on 19 covers of Men's Health magazine. Owen and his fitness message have been featured on CBS News, the New York Times, People Magazine, The View, Extra TV, and Entertainment Tonight, and now he's on with the Asian Oprah. Considered one of the world's top fitness models, McKibbin is committed to sharing his message of the importance of health and fitness with the general public. And now, with you, my listeners, let's have a warm round of applause to Owen McKibbin.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. First of all, I have to say, you are a pro. You did all that without notes, no teleprompter. I'm sitting here in awe. I've done what you just did. I only wish I did it as well as you did.
Oh, well, thank you. Flattery is a good way to start a relationship. This is actually, you're getting front row seats to our first date.
Yes. And I was just told the interview is 45 minutes, and I told her I have not talked to one girl for 45 straight minutes in a very long time. This will
we'll
be
see how
challenging.
we do have a break for promo, so you can take a breath and re-energize there.
Okay.
But we'll start with my usual question, which is, my friend, she has not an answering machine, but she has a questioning machine. And when you call her, it says, "Who are you and what do you want?" So, who are you and what do you want?
You know, I'd like to think I'm still figuring out who I am. I think I've reinvented myself a few times, and I've still got some more to go. Who am I? I grew up in Hawaii. I'm the youngest of 8 children. Huh. My mom raised 8 kids all by herself.
Wow.
My dad passed away when I was 3. We lived in Long Island, New York.
Sorry about
My
that.
mom wanted to move as far away from New York as possible, but still stay in the U.S.
Okay. Well, there.
Yeah,
she
chose
did it.
Hawaii,
She
sight
did it.
unseen, raised 6 boys and 2 girls, all by
Wow.
herself.
And what number are you?
I'm the youngest.
Oh, you're the baby. Wow.
I'm the baby. My mom, my role model, and I think I'm proof that you don't need 2 parents to grow up,
great.
you know, for a man to be a man.
Great.
I was raised by a woman. She recently passed away.
Oh.
We did it exactly how she wanted it to be done.
Mm.
It was beautiful, but a bummer. But, you know, I'm trying to change my perspective
Sure.
to reinvent myself emotionally, that I'm lucky to have been raised by such an amazing woman for so long, rather than focus on her loss.
Good.
So that takes me, you know, we're in Hawaii. I grew up there. I went to Punahou, where Barack Obama went to school. I was 2 years behind him at Punahou.
Okay.
He was Barry Obama back then.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds weird.
I know, isn't it? And it's funny, you know,
Barry
the
Obama.
struggle of the South Side of Chicago. We had like teriyaki chicken and mahi-mahi for lunch. I mean, we went to a really nice high school.
Right.
It was very beautiful. Anyway, I
Nice.
was lucky enough to grow up in Hawaii. I went to USC. I played volleyball at USC. I wanted to play professional soccer right out of high school. Basically, I grew up using everything but my hands, and then ended up making a living as a pro beach volleyball player using only my hands.
Right. Well, you had to move around a little.
Yes,
on
I
your
had good
legs.
feet, but it was very, very strange to me. And it's not a physical sport. You can't like run into someone if you're frustrated and just get a red card. You know, so that was a tough adjustment. But I went on to play on the Pro Beach Volleyball Tour. And it's funny because I had braces till I was 28 years old.
Wow.
So I'm down at the beach, State Beach in Santa Monica, where I live now. And this woman, the day I got my braces off, and she goes, "May I take your Polaroid? I think my boss would like to see it." So she took a picture, and later that day, I'm 28 years old.
Right.
I get a call, and they go, "Do you want to come to Santa Barbara for Ralph Lauren?" I was like, you know, what is Ralph
Who's
Lauren?
Ralph
want?
Lauren?
Yeah, I had no clue. I'm a Hawaii boy in like board shorts and
Is he
flip-flops.
related to Barry Obama?
Yeah. So that opened up the modeling door, and it was good timing.
How tall are you?
6'2".
Okay.
My body was falling apart. I've had 2 major back surgeries, 4 knee reconstructions, and a shoulder surgery. And this modeling was easy. I mean, guess Hugo Boss.
Wait. At 28, you'd already had all those surgeries? Your body was falling apart then?
I had about 80% of them at that point.
Wow.
Yeah.
From volleyball?
From volleyball and just contact sports in general, from jumping and landing with bad landing gear. It's not the jumping that hurts you, it's the landing. And funny enough, I went in for an x-ray on my ankle because my ankle was killing me. I had been doing a photo shoot in the Dominican Republic for 2 weeks, and my ankle's not healing. I go back to the States, they x-ray it, they go, "Your ankle's broken."
Ouch.
So I go, "God, if my ankle's broken, for sure my back's broken." They're like, "What are you talking about?" I go, "Dude, my back is hurt 100 times more than my ankle for the past 13 years. Sure enough,
13 years?
broken spine, L4-5. Yeah, there's pictures of it on my website, the before and after. So they gave me 4 titanium screws, 2 plates, and a bone graft. That was in
How old were you?
September of '94. I'm not sure. I wasn't a math major at SC, communications.
Okay. But you were in your 30-ish.
Yes. And I
Okay.
did my first cover for Men's Health 52 days post-op. And it's funny because people wrote in on the cover, they go, "That's obviously airbrushed because he has a vertical line in his stomach that's impossible to get.
Right.
And if you're going to airbrush that, why don't you airbrush out his hamajang right ear?" I'm just like, whoa. They're like, "Hey, this guy just had surgery, and the only thing that saved him was his abdominal wall." And I always knew, I pictured my back as being like a cracked wall, and my abs were like an armoire pushed up against it. That's what I would picture to get me through a day or a tournament or a night. So I did. They said, "Look, why don't you publish your ab workout?" And people ate it up.
Okay.
And then they go, "Look, why don't you?" And I became their cover guy, kind of like their peacock. Whenever my image was on the cover, they would sell bazillion copies. So they go, "Look, write a 4-part workout series," and they called it the Cover Model Workout. They had 80,000 reorders for it. So they filled half of them and said, "Look, we want you to write a book." So I wrote a book, hardcover and paperback, the Men's Health Cover Model Workout. And it's funny, but when the clothing companies that I've been working for, like Bergdorf's, Neiman's, Macy's, see you without your shirt on enough times, they're like, "Oh, he wouldn't look right in a suit." You know, so I started losing the fashion clients. I'm like, I'm passionate about fitness. It's
Okay.
what I seem to know. So I kind of went with that, went the infomercial route, wrote my book, was a spokesperson for Bowflex. And it's funny, I had retired. I hadn't played volleyball in 12 years, and I got invited to play in a invitational with current pros. And I actually played very well. I hadn't touched a ball in probably 11 years. And Bowflex said, "Look, we want you to come out of retirement, play on the tour again." I was like 44.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And so I did it for about a year and a half. My God, it was really hard. This
is after your back surgery, correct?
Yeah, after both of them.
Wow.
No, after the initial one. And then I was fine till about 5 years ago, and my spine collapsed above my fusion, which is normal if you're super active. I mean, I work out all the time. I still do tons of stuff.
Right.
And the doctor said, look, you've got a good 19-year run. We'll go in there and chisel and drill it and clean you out, and you'll be fine, but you got to chill out a little bit. So I had to reinvent myself again, workout-wise. So I think there's components. When people say reinventing themselves, you can do it emotionally or a maturity way or a physical way, and the way you do something. I think what's important as you age is to be open-minded that there's got to be a different way to do something, even if you're functioning at a very high level.
Right.
And that's what I've been trying to do. So I'm diversifying work-wise.
Did you ever feel sorry for yourself when you were in all that pain, or did you know that you did this to yourself?
To be honest, I self-medicated myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I drank heavily, smoked a lot of pot, just to get out of the here and now. The only time, like when I was in a physical frenzy of competing, I didn't really feel it because of adrenaline. But once I was done, it would be crazy. Guys would go, dude, you're an animal. You're jumping, hitting, blocking, serving.
Right.
But then it would come time to go home, like when I lived in South Beach, and I'd sit down with a 12-pack. They're like, what are you doing? I go, I need a cab. Like, dude, your place is right there. I'm like, honestly, it feels like my spine is going to fly out of my skin.
Why were you medicating? From the physical pain or emotional pain?
I'd like to think it was just physical pain, but who knows? I didn't really have a lot emotionally pain to endure at that point. But the physical back pain I had, like when they figured out I had a broken spine, the guy goes, look, you either like fell out of a plane or got hit by a truck. He goes, we don't know how you functioned at this high level. And it'd been broken the whole time I was at SC and on the Pro Tour.
Do they know how you broke it?
They don't. It was so bad, they think there's a possibility I could have been born with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And so you just learned how to live with the pain.
100%, but not, it's not a way you want to live the rest of your life.
Right. Yeah, I had my hip replaced in 2012.
No fun, right?
Well, they also said, my physical therapist was the one that told me I needed a new one, and I can remember telling my doctor, and he's like, no way, you're too young, you're too active. And they did the MRI, and sure enough, he goes, this is a 90-year-old hip. You have bone on bone, in level 9 pain. Are you in level 9 pain? I go, I didn't think I was, but I've been walking around with like level 6 pain.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I don't know why, I don't know what. It's actually good. Thank you. I've got it to
Did
a point
you find once they removed the pain, you kind of had to rebalance yourself and learn how to do some basic stuff
I'm
over?
still doing that. Yeah. I'm still doing that. In fact, the reason why I brought you on, not just for the date, but because, I'm ageless, but I have recently been really pushing to, both on the weight and on the shape to try to reinvent. That Facebook picture came up 5 years ago, and I had lost a lot of weight in the divorce diet.
Yeah.
And so I've had 2 beautiful girls, and I myself, like many of my listeners, get to that midlife opportunity, not the crisis, but the opportunity, and want to,
good perspective.
Thank you, want to, feel good. Not that we necessarily, although I did model for 8 years.
I believe it. You're really pretty.
Thank you. I was in Hawaii as Miss Hawaiian Tropic Regional winner.
How did you escape my pond?
So
unscathed.
Yeah, I had to.
Jesus.
I had to wait until we got on the air. So what happened was, I'm almost blushing there. So and it's very rare. When I asked. Aura offered you up, our mutual friend, Oren Bars, who was actually on the air with me. She had mentioned that you were available because I had Janine Roth to come and talk about the diet portion. And I thought this would be a nice partner to have you come and talk about the fitness, because I've heard that if you want to lose weight or change your shape, the people who are diet experts will say it's all about the food.
Yeah.
And then the people who are exercise people will say, no, food's got nothing to do with it. It's all about the exercise. So I had to even it out. So we had Janine Roth talking about actually not dieting, but the emotional aspect of loving yourself enough to make food not the enemy or the compensation. So with you, I wanted you to, you're author of these workouts for my primary audience is women 40 to 60. What would you say a realistic and workout or something that kind of balances out? Because here's from me. I want to work out that I don't have to spend every day at the gym because literally I cannot spend every day at the gym. However, I'm going to Australia in 3 weeks, and that's why we're pre-recording. And I've been on this push, and I've been at the gym every single day except Sundays for the last almost 2 months. Now, what happened? Yesterday, I have now water on my knee. I have fluid in my knee because it was overcompensating for my hips that are one's titanium. And so all of that extra pressure, and I've been on the treadmill. I've never been on the treadmill as much. So I'm literally needing help from a fitness expert to tell me, stop. What's realistic? What's not? Talk to me.
Well, it's a perfect opportunity because it's exactly what I do. I do believe there's a nutrition component involved without question. It'll help you get to your goal that much safer, healthier, and faster.
Calorie count?
I'm not a huge calorie counter. I like to try and eat natural and organic as much as possible. As you get older, you don't need to eat as much. This whole 5 to 7 meals a day is dated. You don't need that. You don't need these large portions. I typically don't eat before noon, believe it or not.
Okay.
If you look at societies where they're not engorging, their whole like our society revolves around breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you've ever gone on a
and
fast,
Denny's.
and happy hour.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone on a fast? It's like you have nothing to do if eating's not involved. Everything we do revolves around eating socially.
Right. But I heard that breakfast, I never used to eat breakfast. Coffee, that was it. When I was unhealthily modeling, I was a cup of coffee, a head of cauliflower, some non-prescription, prescription things that made me not want to eat. I can't be like too much. Sometimes my kids watch this show. And then a bottle of wine. I mean, that was my diet. So
in the morning, the bottle of wine?
No.
I was going to say, that's my kind of breakfast. Kidding.
No. Actually, it's more like that was my dinner. But that was how I maintained a very low weight loss formula.
So you had like the French diet.
What's that?
Wine at night, some cauliflower and coffee in the morning.
Right.
Here's the deal. Workout-wise, I think the typical gym model is dated. You don't need to do arms on Tuesday, and when you're done with 30 minutes of just arms on a fixed motion machine, a 300-pound machine that works a muscle this big while you're sitting on your butt. It's not efficient and it's not effective. Separating cardio and resistance is another dated thing. It's like the food pyramid.
Okay.
Throw all that mentality out.
All right.
Now it's gotten extreme with time. For example, CrossFit. CrossFit is my orthopedic surgeon's best friend. He goes, it's the best thing that's happened to my practice.
Why?
Because it's unregulated. The teachers are not qualified. They don't teach proper technique. And unless you're a pro athlete, you don't need to lift anything heavy from the ground over your head and go beyond what you're capable of doing with the cost of your form, being the downside of that. That's how people get hurt.
Okay. So he's being ironic. He's saying it's his best friend because people get hurt and have to come to him.
Constantly.
Okay.
And it's just a matter of time.
Okay.
It's not an if, it's a when.
All right.
It's funny, you're going to Australia. I met a group of fellows, Adam, it's called F45, and the F stands for functional.
Okay.
And it's the fastest growing franchise in Australia's history, including Subway and all these other hot ones. We have over 200 stores in less than 2 years. and I am opening the flagship store in Santa Monica. What I love about this workout system, I haven't been into a gym in 12 years, and I look like I probably live in a gym. I don't. I do everything outside. I do a lot of body weight. I do a lot of functional fitness. I don't do squats. I don't do leg extensions. I don't do curls. I run stairs. I jump. I sprint. I run backwards. I do sideways stuff, agility stuff where you have to plug your brain in, pull-ups, push-ups, dips. The only thing I really use weights for are my shoulders, lateral movements.
Okay.
These guys have created a system.
Show me your guns just for a second. Is the camera getting his guns? Those are some serious guns.
Thank you.
And you're not like.
And I never do curls, and I never do tricep. No, 52.
Are you 52?
Yeah.
Got
So
it.
what I've done is I feel like my whole life I've always combined higher reps done at a pace that no one in the gym would ever think was effective. And instead of, like, you see a guy at the gym doing bench press, then he'll rest for 3 minutes. He'll work for 12 seconds, rest for 3 minutes. I will do push-ups, then I'll go to dips, then I'll change the angle on the dips, and then when my upper body's screaming, transfer that burn down to your legs with a set of lunges. So you keep your heart rate high while building lean, functional muscle. What F45 has done is they've packaged what I thought could only be done outside, and they've created a complete system with over 27 different workouts. It's basically 45 seconds on 15-second intervals, but the workouts change every day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is cardio-based with 17 to 20 stations in the gym, and we vary the time that between transitions. Tuesday, Thursday is circuit training as well, but it's resistance-based. So you're going to get all your lifting done, but it's a hybrid because you push a sled. We have ropes. We have pull-ups for men, pull-ups for women, jump boxes, agility things. So you're really getting in and out of the gym doing cardio and resistance all in 45 minutes.
Wow, that's impressive. 45 minutes every day, every other day.
You can go as much as you want. Every Saturday, and it's all done. We have monitors that show you the proper technique. We have timers that show you how much longer you have to work for. And it's not a scream and sell atmosphere. It's encouraging because you're usually working out in a group of 2 or 3 people that are in your strength and fitness level. You're like, come on, you're high-fiving while you're moving between stations. So you really create a camaraderie, and I think that's why the franchise has taken off so quickly. I'm their North American athletics director, so I'll be going to all the locations all over the country to make sure we have good continuity, we have the enthusiasm, the systems are done right. And on Saturday is super cool. We have our Hollywood workout. Every Saturday, we have a DJ come in spinning records to all the workouts. So it's kind of a clubby, fun atmosphere. And Sundays, we shut it down.
So do you like your body?
I do like my body.
I'm saying that because there's a book, right, of the 50 most beautiful women. And on every other page, they'll say, this is what I don't like about myself. And this is something we've talked about on the show before, which is no matter how good you look on the outside, if you don't like the way you look on the inside, then you're always trying to chase that vision. Like I'm always trying to look the way I did when I was modeling.
Yeah.
And it ain't ever going to happen again. I still think that if I starve myself, it might happen again. Or if I starve myself and go to the gym every day, it's going to happen again. So I know I have to work on that emotionally. So that's why I'm asking you, have you ever looked in the mirror and said, oh my God, I've let myself go? Or, oh my God, I need to get back to the gym?
I have. I don't know if it's been an oh my God moment because I've never, people look at me and they go, oh, it's just genetic. It's just genetic.
Right. That was the other thing I was going to
Well, yeah, my dad died of a heart attack at 41.
Okay.
And, that was genetic. He had high cholesterol. I had a walking heart attack 4 years ago. I basically ordered an ambulance because I felt my artery was blocked right here. I knew it.
Oh, wow.
For 5 years, I didn't like laying on this side. I didn't like Blaze's my son. He'd watch TV. I go, put your head here or here. Don't put it right here. I didn't like pressure there. And one day I just raised my hand. I was in family court. I'm like, I have a blocked artery. I need to go to the hospital.
Wow.
They put a camera in my hip. Artery 1 clear. Artery 2 clear. The guy goes, you could drive a truck through your arteries. They're so big. Artery 3, the Widowmaker, 90% blocked.
Wow.
The guy goes, you just saved your life.
Wow.
So
Interesting.
you can't, motivation comes from a lot of different things. For you, it was wanting to look how you looked when you were a model. For me, it's fear of death. I don't want to die.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to be there for my son to take. I've raised him pretty much
How
by
old
myself.
is he now?
15.
Oh, okay.
6'5".
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he stands right next to me wherever we are. I'm like, dude. I'm like, you're going to be taller than me for the rest of your life. I'm not growing anymore.
Yeah. Is he proud of you?
I'd like to think so. Yeah.
That's nice.
Fear of death. I like being the king at 52. And this is how my weird brain works. Like some girls will go, oh my God, you look better than most 25-year-olds. I'm like, I don't say it, but I will now in front of everyone. Like most 25-year-olds, show me one. Like most.
I
Come
know.
on
Somebody
now.
told me the other day that I'm like one of the top 5 dressers in this particular organization.
like,
and
who
I'm
are the
like,
top
who
4?
are the other 4?
Yeah, you take offense to it.
We're terrible. Okay. So,
No, that's okay
yeah.
because you demand, it's okay to demand a lot of yourself. Another aspect that's highly overlooked, I'm lucky in the sense that I get to make a living doing something I'm really passionate about. I'm good at like 4 things in this world, and I get to do like all 4 of them.
Yeah.
I'm not an accountant. I'm not going to dress nice. I hate shaving. I drive like with my seat in the back seat. I could use, help and manners. My son and I don't have a dining room table. Our dining room's a gym. We eat. We're like cavemen, but semi-civilized.
He works out too?
All the time.
All the time. That's great. And I think it's almost time, but I wanted to, just for anyone who just tuned in and wondering who I'm talking to and why is this very well-built, good-looking man on my show. We're having our first date on the air. This is Owen McKibbin. He's one of the top fitness models and now a director and a model of other stuff that we're going to talk about after the break. But he is here to help me because I'm on this little quest to help me feel better about my body, both diet, and that's why Janine Roth was on, and now exercise. So that's why you're here.
Good.
So would you say what would you say for the midlife opportunity age bracket would be a reasonable workout schedule? 3 times a week, 4 times a week? What is realistic?
I think what's realistic is to start realistic.
Okay.
When I create programs for people, I make it very easy with very little equipment. That's why I love the whole F45 concept. I go, you're going to do push-ups, however many you can do. Then you're going to do dips, however many you can do, like half dips with your feet on the ground. Then you're going to do a set of lunges or maybe a set of squats. Then you're going to get on the treadmill and walk on level 5, incline 5, speed 3 for 2 minutes. And then you're going to jog at 5.5 speed. Everything's on
I'm
an
getting
incline.
tired already.
Yeah. And then you're going to run, a little faster than like a run for another minute, then bring it back down and walk. That's basically probably 6 minutes of work. And I go, your first day, you're going to go through that cycle 2 to 3 times. So after 3 weeks, you're going to do it, maybe 3 times, 1 to 2 first week. Then add another cycle every like week or 2. Pretty soon you're up to 4 or 5 rounds of that. And guess what? 4 times 6 is 24. It's not a long time. You don't need to spend all day in the gym. The key to working out is using as many muscles as you can at the same time because you burn the most amount of calories in the shortest amount of time. And it mimics real life situations.
So there is no spot trimming. That's,
No.
I've told, is the biggest fallacy, which I'm super disappointed.
There is no spot trimming, but let me tell you something. This is kind of segue into another company I'm involved with that is making a huge difference in the health and fitness and also the medical field. Posture is so impactful and important. Yeah, I'm slouching too, by the way. It's just because the mic
Anytime
is short.
anyone says posture,
Yeah.
it's
Everyone
just like
gets
an
uncomfortable.
automatic, sit up.
I even saw you go like, whoa.
Yeah, Jarvis is sitting up now.
So there's a company called LineMed.
And you know what? We're going to come right back and talk
Okay.
about that. I just got the signal from Jarvis that we need to take a break and thank the sponsors of today's fabulous show with Owen McKibbin, men's health model, fitness expert. And we'll be back in 2 and 2. Peace in and peace out.
Celebrate life on the beach and learn to surf with the M&M Surfing School. Whether it's on your bucket list or not, it's time to learn how to ride the waves. M&M provides you with everything you need. Safety first, affordable rates, equipment from ages 5 to 105, and expert instruction for all levels. Call 714-846-7873. That's 714, the letter U, go surf. And come to Seal Beach and start your life all over again with M&M. Register now at www.surfingschool.com.
Have a sports injury? Is your posture pulling you down? Does your body feel like it needs a tune-up? Have you been in an accident and you're not getting real relief from the pain? Then it's time for a free consultation with the experienced, comfortable expertise at Seal Beach Physical Therapy. With offices conveniently located in Newport Beach, Thousand Oaks, Moore Park, and Seal Beach, don't delay. Make your body pain disappear with excellent hands and state-of-the-art equipment at Seal Beach Physical Therapy. That's SealBeachPT.com. SealBeachPT.com.
And welcome back. You are tuned in to my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon, Thursday and Saturday on my syndicated talk radio channel, KCAA AM 1050. And today we are balancing out the diet side or the food side of my quest to look like I did 5 years ago, or in my fantasy, the way I did when I modeled many years ago. I'm not going to tell you how many because that would give away that I'm not ageless. But I brought onto the air with me the 11-time cover of Men's Health magazine, Owen McKibbin. And he is here telling me that I can actually spend 45 minutes or less doing a workout several times a week, 3-4 times a week.
2 is better than none, and 4 to 5 is great.
Okay. So at least 2, though.
Yes.
At least 2. Okay.
Yeah.
And then not only is he a director of this new weight, exercise, F45.
F45
and
Santa
F stands
Monica.
For
Functional,
not
yes.
the other F.
No.
And then I thought they were just trying to be clever. So I just wondered what the significance of 45 was, but we're not going there. Okay. You were about to tell us about another company that you're involved with that has to do with posture.
Yeah. I was introduced to this company because I was hired actually to do a photo shoot for them. I'm like, oh my God, I have to go with no shoes on concrete for 8 hours. And this company is called LineMed. And it's the only FDA registered clothing company that is specifically designed to improve your posture immediately. And we have medical studies from the most reputable universities that show it cuts down on fatigue dramatically. It increases performance. We have elite athletes, some of the top NFL quarterbacks in the world, top basketball players in the world, sleeping in our products, traveling in our products.
Like who?
Performing in our products. I got to dance around the names.
Okay, fine.
Some of them
That's
play
all
for the
right.
Patriots. Some of them play for the Broncos. Some of them play for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Some play for the Lakers.
All right.
But it's a product that's making doctors take a beat and saying, look, instead of neck surgery, back surgery, and shoulder surgery, put on this LineMed Q or this LineMed shirt or this LineMed bra, and it is literally curing people from torn labrums, back pain, bulging discs, and it's immediate. It's beneficial for airplane pilots, FDA controllers, or it's literally can help anyone in anything. I'm actually wearing one right now. It has a proprietary patented
Is
technology.
it got muscles like built in?
It kind of, what's so funny? It actually kind of does. I'm wearing my workout. It actually pulls your shoulders back and down using neurobands. Can you see the back?
Oh.
So have you seen the kinesio tape that the Olympic athletes wear that taped it on their bodies?
Yeah.
Same type of concept, but it's woven into each garment we make. So it pulls your shoulders back and down and puts your neck in a neutral position.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, and
Interesting.
and a lot of people are like, I'm feeling kind of sore. It's because it supports and activates muscles that have gone
That
dormant
have-
from leaning forward, from typing,
right.
from driving, sitting at a
Right.
desk.
Right. I have mild scoliosis too, so that.
Well, I
will
brought you some products.
I know.
I think-
Presents.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a game changer for you.
First date presents.
Well,
Wow.
Well, think about this. If you see poor posture all the time. When you see someone walk in, say a guy who's 5'9", but he has perfect posture, like they walk in like they're 6'2".
Like Tom Cruise.
Exactly. Good posture is sexy. It's the sign of a leader.
True.
And, you know, it's funny. I tailor all my workouts around posture. It's an 80-20 rule. 80 lateral and pulling to keep the shoulders back and down, and 20 just to balance out with pushing. And LineMed was a no-brainer for me because their technology and their products, this is not compression. Compression does nothing. This actually helps your body perform better. It's kind of remarkable.
Well, I'm committed to wearing it for 30 days because it takes that long for anything on my body to show up.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I will try that.
I love that. I think you're going to be very
Actually,
pleased.
21 days it takes to create a good habit.
That's what I've heard as well.
Yeah. So we'll try that. Yeah.
All right.
And then if I do that, then you have to join my 21-day fast from complaining. Not that you complain a
Oh, I
lot.
think that'd be good. I
Yeah.
think can I bring a lot of people with me on that one?
That's one of those, I have a little certificate that I'll send to you, and you can put it around, and you can put it on people's desks like deodorant, like a little hint. Do you want to join the fast with me? Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I'll be very interested to try it. And if you don't want to wait to see how it works on me, and you'd like to actually go and get one for yourself and go to the website, Owen was kind enough to create a promo for Dr. Marissa to get a discount on those items. So you go to the website.
Yeah, you go to alignmed.com and then you type in as the promo code Marissa. That's you.
Yes.
And you get a 10% discount.
Great.
And
Thank
I
you.
think anyone who has any kind of neck, shoulder, back discomfort, we have testimonials on our Facebook page and on our website. It literally is a game changer.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's nice to be in bed with companies. A lot of people have jobs they don't in bed.
Yes, I am. I'm like, where are you going with this?
It's funny how single people's minds go right there. It's nice to be able to make a living and be in business with companies that aren't a sellout for me. I speak about it passionately because it's something that
you
comes out of
believe
me
in it.
anyway. I really
Absolutely.
do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So why are you single?
That's a good question, and I get that a lot. There's a reason for it.
Yes.
I have so little free time. I raised Blaze pretty much by myself. He
Sorry,
and I are
that's
super
I'm
close.
laughing because whenever someone asks me that,
You use the
that's
same
my
excuse?
first. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because on the rare nights that I am free, if I were in a relationship, I'd be, oh, honey, let's go on a date. We haven't done this. Let's go to a movie and let's go to dinner. Oh, I'd literally rather stay home and paint the baseboards. Like sometimes a fun night to
I'd
me.
rather do jigsaws. That's what I'd like, just to stay
Yeah,
home.
I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
You know, and if I'm single, I don't have to really do anything. And I'm picky, which is fine. And I'm for sure not everybody's cup of tea. And I'd probably have to get a dining room table. I
Why?
wouldn't be able to drink right out of the bottle at
okay.
home.
Okay.
You know, I'd have to be a little more refined, and I'm okay just being a bit primitive at this point in my life.
But do
People
you
are-
miss the romance?
You know, I get the romance where I can, you know, in little spaces.
The little ships that pass in the night?
I mean, I haven't held a
I'm
girl's
like
hand in a long
I'm
time.
like interviewing myself here. Isn't this funny? That's what it feels like. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't held someone's hand and had like a long gaze over dinner and candlelight. Yeah, it'd be weird. Some of my friends that are just girls, I'm like, can I hold your hand for like 10 seconds? They're like, what? I'm like, I just got to make sure I know how to still do it.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
That
but
is
I'm
so
okay
funny.
being single. I don't mind being, I'm alone a lot, but I'm not lonely.
That's good. That's good. So that means you're not medicating anymore. You
No.
figured that out. What would you say if you could have done anything differently, what would it have been?
That's a really good question.
Thank you.
And I talk about this with Blaze a lot. You know, I wish I had taken better care of my body when I was younger. God, I wish I knew then what I know now, because I literally destroyed my body. I had my first knee surgery when I was 10 years old.
Ooh.
And they took the cartilage out. So my right knee's bone on bone. I've blown
Now that was from the extreme support. Oh, okay.
I
so
wish
you don't know how to balance. At the time, you did
at
not
the
know
time.
how to.
No, I was just
Full
a million
out.
miles an hour with my hair on
Okay.
fire.
Yeah.
And
I have no hair.
you know, I drank too much.
Okay.
You know, I smoked too much weed in college, and it really hurt my athletic career. You know, on the scale relative to the population, I had a great athletic career. You know, played in 3 NCAA finals. Went on to be a pro athlete for 10 years. You know, that sounds great, but I was good, really good. And I think right now I'm still probably one of the best on the planet for my age. If there was like a 52 and over volleyball challenge, I would demolish.
Right.
And soccer, by the way. But when I was doing it for a living, I wish I had taken better care of my body so I wouldn't have self-medicated, because I could have been a lot better than I was. And I tell Blaze that. I'm honest. I wrote about it in my book. I'm an open book.
Yes, I see that.
Yeah. It is what it is.
So do your girlfriends have to be like as fit as you? Is that like one of those requirements?
No, God, that'd be awful to like touch a girl who felt like me.
So there's hope.
I like all shapes, sizes, colors. You know, I don't mind curvy. I think women should be women. You know, women probably want a guy to make them feel safe and to treat them well. I'm an animal, but I'm decent like that.
Now it's sounding like an infomercial for you.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I'm going to have a lot of women, I'm sure, writing me asking for your number. But, well, I'm not done with you yet.
I love it.
We'll just see where that one goes. So any other advice for you know, just based on you've had an illustrious, you continue to have, you're doing what you love. What advice would you give to young men? Because my largest growing audience right now is the youngins. So what would you say to them? How do you sort of stay? Because you're 52, you're still doing what you love to do. You're not looking at the pictures and going, "I wish I looked like that."
No.
Still, how do you do that?
Well, hopefully with age comes wisdom. This is, you know, off the record, but not really. Once I'm done,
honey, it's not
Yeah.
off the record now.
Once I'm done with all my stuff, once I'm done taking care of my clients, my business stuff, training myself, picking up my kid from school, making dinner. When I'm making dinner, I enjoy wine. I love having a glass or two of wine or a drink. I love good tequila. Don't stop what you're doing, but slow your roll. I see a lot of young kids that look like they're 60-year-old men already. They're smoking cigarettes. They're binge drinking. And I think it starts at home. Be open and honest with your kid. I'm very open with Blaze. We have an open dialogue about, you know, drinking, college, high school, the pressures he's going to face, sex, drugs. We talk about it all. And it creates an open dialogue, because I want to be the first person he comes to and goes, "Hey, Dad, what is this? Why are people doing it? You know,
Right.
talk to me about it.
Right.
Have you done it?" And he knows everything about me. So I'd say if you're younger, just try and be a little smarter. Obviously, don't drink and drive. Take school seriously. And if you're a college athlete, you know, go home early from the parties and honor what has been bestowed upon you, because it's not a right, it's a privilege.
Right.
And people need to respect their bodies and themselves, and with that, respect other people, especially men respecting women.
Do you teach your son to open doors for women and all that kind of stuff?
You know, I'm so proud of him. He's never had a minute of detention, and doesn't have behavioral problems.
Okay.
He's a good boy, gets great grades. He's a stud athlete. God, you know, I'm not around a whole lot of women around him, so it's not like he really sees me opening doors for girls that have my eye on. He sees me how I interacted with my mom, and he and my mom were super close because their birthdays were close. So he saw that deep love and connection that we had, and I think he kind of looks at all women and compares them to my mom,
Right.
which is great.
Yeah. So chivalry's not dead.
Chivalry is not dead. Once again, I need some work. I mean, yeah, but I mean, I open the door for myself because I'm solo most of the time.
That does make sense.
But I will hold it open for a stranger.
Oh, okay. We'll see you on the way out of the studio.
Yeah, right?
Great. So how do we find you?
You can find me. I have a website, McKibbinFitness.com.
Spell that, please.
McKibbin.
Mm-hmm.
I will also be teaching classes at F45 Santa Monica.
Mm-hmm.
That's F as in Frank 45, santamonica.com. We're also on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
So look us up there. Leave me a little message. I'll try and get back to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And also LineMed.com.
ALIGN.
GN. Yeah. And, I've never sold out in my life. And I've been given some crazy offers by like supplement companies. Look, you're the most fit guy in the world. Gain 50 pounds and then say you took this to lose it and we'll name your price. I'm like, no, I got a kid. I got people that, depend on me. Mm-hmm. The one thing I'm proud of is I've never cheated. Mm-hmm. No roids, no HGH, none of that stuff. I barely drink smoothies.
Right. Well, people will say though that it's all genetics though.
Yeah, but the ones that see me doing my thing on a daily basis
they
know
see
how
that
hard
you
I
actually
work.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can go to alignmed.com and all these components, if you take 70% of what I'm telling you, your life is going to change dramatically in 3 to 6 months. But you can't get on the scale. It's how you look and how your clothes fit and how you feel. The scale means nothing. In fact, I'd get rid of the scale.
Well, Janine says the same thing. Janine Roth says the same thing. Just get off the scale. Okay. So it's how your body looks. Oh, one last quick fallacy. We're running out of time.
Yeah.
That whole thing around if I do weights, I'm going to gain bulk for women. That's been true for me. I do squats and all of a sudden my thighs get big and I get mad at the trainer.
Yeah.
You promised.
Everyone's different. Some people put on muscle faster than others. You may be that body type.
Okay.
You need to lift weights, especially women, as you get old. Muscle burns fat. I have so much muscle to fat ratio that I burn more fat when I'm sleeping than someone who's overweight does when they're walking.
Okay.
For women, you lose blood every month. Osteoporosis is huge in our society, especially as you get older. Resistance training will help bone density and build lean muscle. Okay. You absolutely need to lift weights. Have to.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you so much, Owen McKibbin.
Thank you. I could talk to you for like another 45.
Well, oh my gosh, that's a second date then.
Date 2, yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you
there you have
me.
it, listeners. Some really great advice on exercising and working out and balancing ourselves and our body image and our body weight. And we are at the end of the show for my balance bar. And inviting you to the 21-day fast from complaining that I mentioned before. Today is day 20, and the balance tip is, if you want a dog, don't buy a cat. An awful lot of complaints come from unmet expectations of people, especially when they are your insignificant other. For example, if you want a mate that smells nice, likes to travel, and has free time, don't pick a smoking homebody workaholic and then complain about them. That's the tip for today. If you would like to help me with my app that goes with this, go to gofundme.com/HRAXLO and you would get an app as soon as it comes out. And it's supposed to be coming out very soon by Thanksgiving. And my Asian Oprah giveaway is actually the promo code Marissa on LineMed.com for any of the products there that will help your posture. Next week, we are having another Marvin Gaye date. It's Sexual Healing with Dr. Marissa, the new Asian Dr. Ruth, with return popular co-host, tantric sexpert Davey Ward, and we get the opposite of down and dirty. We get up and clean with you. Well, sort of. You'll see. It's a great show. We've already done it, and you will be pretty happily shocked. So tune in next week for Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa Pay. That's P for positive, EI. Remember, it's all about balance. Peace in and peace out.
take away the part of me that wants to stay. It's all I want, to hear my life and sing along. For without it, there's no laughter, no tears, lonely days after, no memories for the way